So we are looking at Mount Whitney, which is the peak. It's actually that highest peak right there. It's like right behind me. It stops, Jumyer Trail starts in the Yosemite area, stops here. And it's a little over 14,000 feet up, which is quite big mountain. It looks absolutely gorgeous, especially when the settings that you have in front of it, because that light dark. It's a good place for pictures. You have a base camp, so there's a couple of base camps, so you can take a few days to do it, which I would highly suggest, because you'll probably kill yourself if you try to do it in one day. But you have to find out, where the beginning of the trail is, and then find out where those base camps are. Bring appropriate equipment, a tent, good hiking shoes, everything you need. Water, lots of water. We decided to go up to the Whitney Portal. So we took the drive. It's about 11 miles. It took us about 20 minutes because it is a windy mountain road. And there's places you can pull over to see just beautiful views of the valley below. It was gorgeous.
When we left the town of Lone Pine, hot summer day, it was like in the upper 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was hot down there,
Mm-hmm. On our way to Whitney Portal, and just pulled off the side of the road to look at these views of the valley below, which reminds us a lot of the kind of view we get when we're at Death Valley. Just goes on forever. But we have to make our way up and up to the portal.
The road was used in 2 films. One was High Sierra that had Humphrey Bogart and Ida Lupino, and also The Long Long Trailer with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
The campsites up there, because there were some campsites, I think they were like tent only.
I think they were tent only.
Yeah, so definitely something you'd want to do some homework on.
They have the tent only sites because they accommodate hikers coming off Mount Whitney. So it's only tent only. So just know, don't bring any rigs up there.
Yeah.
We finally found a place to park and got out of the truck, and what would you say, maybe 20, 25 degree change?
At least 25 degrees.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 30 degrees.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow.
I was so surprised at how quick this ride was from Lone Pine to be up at Whitney Portal.
Yeah.
And in that short amount of time, I forget what you said, 20 minutes or something?
Yeah.
The temperature dropped dramatically. And while we left this 95 plus degree heat in Lone Pine, now we were in, it was cool. There was thunderstorms happening.
Yeah, we got rained on.
We had to take cover.
Hey, honey, what's happening?
There's some hail coming down, and I would rather not be under it, Julie. Hey, so we came up for the afternoon from Lone Pine, where it's about 100 degrees, to Whitney Portal. About 13-mile drive or so, not too far, and the temperature difference here has got to be at least about 30 degrees. It's nice and cool, but all of a sudden we found ourselves in a little bit of a rain downpour. There's been a little bit of hail. We just had some thunder. We're standing under a tree.
Which is not where you should be. You should not be under a tree, so I think we're gonna move and just get wet.
In case there's lightning, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Parking is limited, but they do have a portal store, and you can buy some food, you can buy goods. They have a restaurant that is well known for hikers to come off of Mount Whitney. They have this one item that is famous there, these obscenely large pancakes. And this is one of the famous things that these hikers come down and eat, because they come down and they just want massive carbs.
Yep. So if you want a change of scenery, if you're in Lone Pine, it's a short enough drive, and it's just beautiful up in this part of the Sierras, and you've got the kind of the forest area, the
And they do
camping
have some
area.
hiking trails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're a little wet. Now we're gonna go back to
Hot Lone Pine.
yes, which
Yeah.
is gonna be very different.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a few other things that we did while we were visiting Lone Pine. We went to the Santa Rosa Catholic Church. It's a very small little church. It was built in 1919, and it was a Sunday, and we're Catholic, so we attended Mass there. And it was just a sweet little church.
Yeah, I
for the
enjoyed that
area.
one. I just found it very calm and peaceful.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. We walked around downtown Lone Pine, of course, and they do have shops and restaurants. We had salmon and we had a Guinness at a restaurant called The Grill, and it was very good. Downtown isn't that big, so it's a pretty short walk. They do have other hikes and walks in the area, and we walked to a place called Owens Lake. There was no water in this lake, but it's called Owens Lake.
Yeah, and it was adjacent to where we were staying, so we just headed off in that direction and kind of walked as far as we wanted. We could have kept going for hours probably through Owens Lake.
It was just a massive expanse of land. But we enjoyed it. It was during the evening, and so it was cooler, and it was nice.
I
We had
like
a
my
good time.
walks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently this area has dozens and dozens and dozens of bird varieties. So if you're a person who likes to watch birds, there's apparently an abundance of varieties in this area. So when we were doing this walk, there was a little kiosk stand that we had picked up. They called it a birder's guide, and opened it up. And they list. I just pulled it up the other day. I found it on my desk. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of birds. But I remember when you and I were walking, I think we kept seeing the same one type of bird.
Yeah, it's seasonal.
So it must be.
Yeah.
They apparently are there. You can get a checklist
Yeah.
to look for them. But we didn't see. We saw bats and we saw one other main variety of bird
Right.
on our trip.
And it would be neat to be here with the checklist and see what you can see. Today we're just taking a walk in the middle of nothing, Owens Lake, dirt road.
It feels good, actually.
Wind and desolation,
Yes.
which sometimes is
I am
nice.
tasting some of this dust, though.
It's a dust mitigation area.
Yes.